That's not bad. Neither is that one. Ew! Who would let these get this bad? The answer? I would. I've been sitting on these parts for almost a year. Yay for procrastination! Welcome to another worn out parts video. Except this isn't another worn out parts video. It's a parts non-existent video. Let me show you what I mean. There are 8 body mounts on the Sport Trac. The front and rear body mounts are rubber. The center body mounts are foam. Rather, they were foam mounts. Now they are just 2 pieces of metal held together by rust and a bolt. The foam core has completely disintegrated. These should have been replaced a long time ago. Better late than never. I browsed the internets and found a nice set of polyurethane mounts. This kit will replace all of the body mounts, including the rubber ones. Since these poly mounts are more rigid than foam or rubber, road noise inside the cab can increase depending on the tire being used. The mounts are located as follows per side. One by the radiator, one by the A-pillar, one by the B-pillar, and one at the rear of the cab, also known as a C-pillar. I started this job a week before filming by soaking each bolt with rust penetrant every day. I'm expecting a fight from these bolts, so I want every advantage I can get. Trim panels and flooring will need to be removed for access to the bolt heads. The front seats will also need to be removed. There are 4 10mm bolts for the seat and 1 T50 bolt for the seat belt. With the seat out and the trim removed, peel back the flooring. There will be rubber grommets that cover the bolt holes. A pocket screwdriver works well to remove these. Door's nemesis, rust! The most reliable thing in the universe. An impact gun was the best option for removing these pesky bolts. The repetitive impacts helps to break the rust up and allow the bolt to turn. I will be replacing all of these bolts with new ones. Working on one side at a time, remove all the bolts. Then use a floor jack to raise the body from the frame just enough to work the mounts out. Be careful of the ground straps on both sides. These passenger side mounts have just rusted to paper. In a perfect world, the 2 halves separate like the driver's side ones. But this world is not perfect. Some rusted apart and others had to be cut apart. During my test assembly, I noticed the A and B pillar mount bottoms would fit the new mounts better if they were swapped around. These may have been initially swapped around when the body lift kit was installed by a previous owner, or I am just a goober and creating more problems for myself in the future. I did decide to strengthen the B-pillar mount lower section because most of it rusted away. Welding the washer gives the mount a bit more rigidity and some peace of mind. All the mounts go together relatively the same way. My kit came with instructions, which I actually read. It had pictures and everything. Daystar is so thoughtful. The rearmost mount has a secondary cup that sits between the top bushing and the mount. This cup is not needed with the new bushings. The rearmost bushing did have to be pressed onto the top mount section. I know a bench vise is not designed to be a clamp, but I do not own a press and am currently just a non-monetized YouTuber. I gotta use what I have on hand. Get all the mounts mounted and start all the bolts. Lower the body onto the frame. Tighten down all the bolts to 45 foot-pounds, which is also 2 ugga-duggas. Some thread locker couldn't hurt either. Reassemble the rest of the interior and take a test drive. I could tell a major difference in the stiffness of the Sport Trac. Almost handles like a race car. This is Rooster, and my body is ready to be mounted in a nice soft bed after a hard day's work. Until next time, Rooster out. 15.